morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video on this channel, the wax hygge. For those of you who may not know, hygge is a Norwegian term for a feeling or place of comfort, so I thought that was the perfect name. So I am coming to you with a Yankee candle review today, and I thought this was a good place to start because Yankee Candle is really what brought me to the wax world. It's very nostalgic for me. I started as a teenager with Yankee candles as well as their wax tarts, and then I branched out from there to vendor wax, other brands, Kringle, Goose Creek, Bath and Body Works. So I do a mix of candles as well as wax that you melt. So I plan on incorporating all of those things in this channel. I also do Scentsy as a Scentsy consultant, so I'll plan to include videos, reviews on that topic as well. But like I said, I started with Yankee, so I thought that was a great first video to do, and I happened to be burning a Yankee, which honestly is not super common for me anymore. Yankee and I have a bit of a tumultuous relationship. I have found that over the past 10 years or so, performance has not been ideal. It's not been what it used to be. I don't do a lot of purchasing anymore. Here or there, I may try out some of the fragrances from their new seasonal collections. But other than that, I can't say that I'm jumping on their website to grab things very often. I do have a Yankee Candle outlet near me. That's always fun to pop into, and I usually end up leaving with something. But as I said, I've had issues, particularly with this format of candle, their traditional jar with the paraffin wax. I think it's beautiful. I wish it performed well. Unfortunately, I tend to really struggle to get a decent throw out of this candle, especially in my open concept space. Right now, I'm in my office versus my open concept living room or kitchen. So I'm getting a better throw in this room than I had in the other rooms, but most of this candle was melted in the open concept. And I will say it actually wasn't bad. On a scale of 0 to 5, I would say I probably got a 3, right? So it could be better, but it was definitely noticeable upon walking in the room. This fragrance is not new. This came out, I want to say maybe around 2012, could be a little bit earlier, could be a bit later. I think it came out in the same collection as November Rain. I really enjoy this fragrance. I've had it many times. It's a great transitional fragrance because it has a nice wood note that gets you into that fall feeling without it being like overly spiced. In fact, there is no spice in this at all. So when I think of fall, I think of lots of fall spices, pumpkin spice, clove, things like that. And this doesn't have that. This is just that woody fragrance. And so I think it's great for end of summer to get you into that feeling, but it might still be a little bit warm out and you're just not ready to melt those other things yet, or burn those other candles that have that heavy spice to them. And it's just a unique fragrance in the way of it isn't a typical wood. So the wood note in here, now, is it birch? I can't really tell you that. I actually live in the North Woods. I live up north. However, have I necessarily put my nose to a birch tree and could identify if this is, specifically that fragrance? Probably not. It is a different type of wood though than I smell in a lot of these fragrances that have a wood note. Usually I feel there's more like a pine or maybe a maple. This has a watery, it's almost a watery wood. It's a very fresh, crisp, watery wood that does remind me of like birch or birch water. And then there's also a cologne note to this, which seems a little bit stronger than I remember it being when I've burned this fragrance in the past. So that was a bit new. Maybe it's just what I'm getting, in terms of the scent oils as it's melted or as it's burning down. That could change. I've had that happen to some of these candles where it starts out and I get one note much more strong than the rest. And then as I get through the candle, others start coming out or one becomes more prominent. So there's a possibility that it might change. As you can see, I'm about halfway through the candle. As far as the burn quality, it's been okay. It started out pretty decent, and then as you can see, I've got some of the wax still kind of hanging out there on the sides, so I really do need to pop an Alumilid on this, but I've also had much more severe tunneling with this type of candle than what I'm experiencing with this candle here specifically, so, and not too bad. So overall, throw about a 3 out of 5. Fragrance quality, I enjoy it. It's a unique type of wood. There is a bit of a cologne note in here, so if you're sensitive to that, it may not be the fragrance for you. I tend to be sensitive to cologne, which is why I don't usually seek it out, or I'll avoid fragrances where that's a heavy note because it can be triggering to my migraines. However, it's not too bad with this fragrance. It's very manageable. Again, especially having this burning in an open concept, it's not really concentrated to the point where it's caused me any problems. And then again, burn quality, not the best, but I don't expect it to be perfect with the paraffin jars. I think it probably would not be an issue with their 2-wick candles. So yep, that is my review for Yankee Candles Silver Birch. I plan to come to you over these next few days with other reviews, some Scentsy reviews, sort of going through fragrances that I've melted over the past week. Almost a what I've been melting video is what I might turn it into. And then I do have a Scentsy haul with their new fall fragrances coming to me. It should be within the next couple of weeks here, so I will plan to post that as well. Welcome to my channel. I hope you stick around. I will try to check comments on my videos. So if you have any comments of your own, if you've melted this fragrance before or burned this fragrance before and you have some thoughts, I'd love to hear those. Thank you so much for watching.